Hi everybody, it's Mark Shellshear. This is the Mark Art Show coming to you from the Shellshear project in Brisbane, Australia. I want to talk today about something that makes me go, makes me wonder about. I talk to a lot of artists, and when I ask an artist this question, I always get a yes. Well, majority give me a yes. Do you want to be a successful, prosperous artist who has fame and fortune? And the majority of artists will say yes to that. And then I'll say to them, then why don't you use all the tools that are available to you for free that will give you an advantage over other artists? And I always wonder why people don't. You know, we just need a small advantage. If I said to a businessman or somebody else, hey, I can give you something that'll give you just a small advantage over your opposition, they would grab it. They would take it. Because a small advantage is all you need often to get you into the front. Remember, horse races can be won by a nose. We remember the winner, but we forget number two. And the number two only lost by a nose. So a little advantages can change your art career if you wanted to take them. But it takes a little effort to do, but it's free, and there are things you can do today that will give you a small advantage. Now, I talk about these things all the time, and yet I'm amazed how little people do them, how they don't get done. And I wonder why. Now, I can put it down to the fear, I can put it down to laziness, but if I can guarantee you a small advantage over every other artist, wouldn't you take it? I would. If I'd had got this information back in the 80s and the 90s, I would have used it straight away because it would give me an advantage. Okay, let's get some things. I always say to artists, when you put your paintings up on a wall or you put them up on Facebook, to tell a story, just a short story. Help the viewer to connect with the piece by storytelling. I have been saying this for years and years and years. Story, tell your art, but so few artists do. Now, if storytelling would give you a small advantage over all the other artists, wouldn't you take it? I certainly would. It makes a difference. And I get all the excuses. Oh, artists don't tell stories. Artists are not authors. You know, my paintings speak for themselves. That's fine. If that's what you believe, and you really believe that, then that's fine. But then when someone comes up and asks you, what's this all about? Don't turn to them and say, my paintings speak for themselves, because your paintings don't speak. People speak. So, story, tell your art. It will give you an advantage. Okay, another one, number two. I see lots and lots of artists post pictures on the internet, on Facebook, selfies with other artists, in other galleries, wherever, and do things. But they don't talk about it. There's no story. What am I supposed to look at when I do? Just faces? Are we doing it because we want to show how pretty we are or how handsome we are? Is that what it's about? Because if we told a story about the photograph, every one of them, you put 10 photographs up, tell 10 small stories, you might get somebody to go to that gallery and buy your work. It would give you a small advantage because other people aren't doing it. And you can do it. Another thing is make videos. Make videos and have you in it. This is simple, easy stuff to do, and it'll give you a small advantage. Start a monthly newsletter, a blog, or by email to people who want to hear from you. And the people who have bought from you, I'm sure, want to hear from you. But what stops us from doing? Two things: fear that we'll be annoying them, and laziness, I couldn't be bothered. That's what stops. Yet, it would give you a small advantage. Think about that. Talking to strangers. I say to artists, if there's strangers looking at your paintings, go and talk to them. Oh no, I'm ashamed, or I'm too shy, or my paintings will speak for themselves. No, they don't. They don't. I've never heard a painting speak yet. Okay? But you see, what stops us is fear or laziness. and yet it would give you a small advantage over the artist who doesn't do it. That's what I do, guys, because I want you to have an advantage. And it only has to be a little tiny advantage to make a huge difference to your art group. Next time you put a painting up on the internet, tell a story. Next time you take a photograph at an opening or something with all your friends, tell a story. Tell me what it's about. Let the viewer get part of it. All they do is see the picture, and 9 times out of 10 we just scroll past them all. But if there was a story there, stop and read it. Even only has to be 4 or 5 lines, just telling me something to connect me to it. You know, make videos. Videos are easy to make, and we can all do it. And yes, it starts off, it's hard, but you'll get over the fear, and then the next thing that stops us is laziness. But we can do it, and we can do it regularly. And it gives us a small advantage. You see, people say, oh, but nobody watched my videos. Only one person has to watch it and buy a painting. I mean, you can only sell one painting at a time. So you're not looking to get thousands, you're looking to get people who love you and love your work. Get the small advantage. Start a monthly newsletter. Very easy to do. Gives you a small advantage. Talk to strangers. Every opportunity you get, it gives you a small advantage. And all those small advantages will add up to sales. And that's what we want. Okay? Think about what I'm saying. Because these things work. They really do. And they make a difference. Okay, guys, you have a fabulous day. Remember, people are hurting out there. Hugs and smiles are free. Please give them away generously. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.